Well, Angel, thank you so much for taking time to chat with me today. Why don't you start by telling us a little bit about yourself, your background, and what ultimately brought you here to the University of South Dakota?
Yeah, so my name's Angel Vazquez. I'm a senior doing a double major in anthropology and sustainability. I'm from Flandreau, South Dakota. My mom is originally from Yankton, South Dakota. I guess she's a big part of why I came to USD. She was a former Yote back in the day.
Nice.
And she studied meds, health sciences here.
Okay.
And that was also something that kind of drove me to apply. I was really familiar with Vermillion. I would come down here for her alumni events and stuff. And then in high school, I got reached out to by John Little from Native Student Services and some of the director from Trio. And I toured like 3 times. I think I toured like 2 or 3 more times after that just because I liked coming here. And yeah, I didn't even bother touring anywhere else.
So tell us what it means to you to follow in your mother's footsteps and be that second generation Coyote.
It means the world to me. She was a first generation student and ultimately paved the path for me to be here at USD. The way she described it, not much has changed, meaning like the community here in Vermillion, not just on campus, but off campus, that Yote spirit really expands into the community and everyone really is proud to be a Yote here. So.
Yeah. You talked a little bit about why you came here. Tell us what you're studying and what makes you passionate about what you're studying here at the University of South Dakota.
So like I mentioned, I'm studying anthropology. I'm really interested in learning all I can about like everybody, all types of different cultures and how culture shapes us. I guess that kind of ties into my second major. I'm really interested in how the environment shaped us and our relationship and like the intersection between culture and nature.
So have you had the opportunity to go on any archaeological digs? Tell us about those. Those sound really interesting to me.
Yeah, I had the opportunity to do so twice through the university, last year as a student and then this year as an RA, also working on my honors thesis out in historic Fort Meade in the Black Hills near Sturgis. So that's been really fun. I've also got to go to like national conferences. Hopefully I will this spring, but yeah, it's taken me quite a few places.
Yeah. Did you find anything unique, special?
Yeah.
Tell us about something really fun that you came across.
I want to say something cool, but it's a lot of like old nails, glass bottles.
Okay.
We'll get the occasional like toy horse, something like that.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff like that, chandelier glass, different things like that.
Do you wonder what the stories might be behind those artifacts?
Yeah, most definitely. Especially when I'm finding like glasses of, perfume bottles, toy horses, pins, needles, buttons, stuff like that. Like, I like to envision like a mom and her child, like a family, but stuff like that. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, for sure. So, in your time here at the University of South Dakota, have you had any exposure or opportunities for pursuing or applying for scholarships? And if so, could you tell us a little bit about those?
Yeah, so the first scholarship I received from USD was the Coyote Legacy Scholarship, my freshman year. So that one probably means the most to me, just following the footsteps of my mom. But I've had a lot of different scholarships. A recent one was through the Gallagher Center. I believe it was the International Opportunity Fund. And that funded my trip to the Netherlands this summer for a majority of the summer. So
Nice.
Definitely those two.
Yeah. What do you hope to do after graduation, and after your graduation, in your career, in your future path, what impact are you hoping you might make?
Ultimately, I want to go to grad school, still up in the air about where I want to go. I guess I just want to help others. My long-term goal is to go home and, help anywhere I can there. Maybe like start up some food sovereignty stuff, food security programs, preservation programs, all types of stuff like that back home.
Yeah, great. If you could tell yourself anything back when you were a freshman, what would you tell freshman Angel?
I would definitely say don't be afraid to put yourself out there. It did take me probably like a little bit into my sophomore year to kind of branch out, but definitely I would have done so sooner. I met so many like good people during my time here. Had so many cool experiences, but I guess the only regret is not doing so a little sooner.
Yeah, sure. So Angel, as you're getting ready to graduate, as you're preparing to go off into your future path, and knowing what the University of South Dakota has in front of it, what excites you for students coming to the University of South Dakota, and what excites you about the future of the University of South Dakota?
I'm definitely excited for the opportunities they're going to have. I can definitely see the growth of the Vermillion USD campus, also Sioux Falls USD campus. Just the opportunities that are going to be there. Obviously on campus, like we have the natatorium, moving Lee Med over into Sioux Falls, just like the growth of USD. It's been really good to see. Even since I was a kid, I remember when the SCSC was built in like 2016, 15. Mm-hmm. But yeah, since I've been here, it's been on an upward path.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Mm-hmm. You're a wonderful representative.
Thank you.
Of the University of South Dakota and the Coyote community, and I hope you'll stay in touch, be a great alum like it sounds like your mother is, and we really look forward to seeing what you're able to do with your future path and where your future takes you.
Awesome, thank you.
So, yeah.